Today we will be discussing about a very beautiful topic, Akashic Records. You are aware of your life, that my name is this. I am born in this family. This is my father. This is my mother. This whole is my surrounding. And whatever is happening in your life, you are completely aware of that. But sometimes you feel that your friend is living a better life. Your sibling or your neighbor is living a better life than you. Sometimes you feel you are living a better life. There are so many questions that surrounds our life most of the time. I could have done better. I could have a better life. Why I am having such relationship problems? Why, in spite of so many efforts, I'm not getting success? So on and so on. We are actually human beings, and if we are on this earth, till the time we are alive, we have so many struggles, so many happiness, so many sadness, and various kind of emotions running throughout our life. Sometimes we wonder, what is the need? Why am I living this life? I could have been a teacher, but I'm doing something else. I could have been a good doctor, but I'm not doing that. There are so many ifs and buts going in our life. We may be very intelligent, our IQ level is quite high. Still, there are certain queries which is beyond our thought process. There are many questions which we are unable to resolve. Then, where is the answer? Where is the answer of those questions? If our mind don't have those answers, then where? Especially when you are living this life, sometimes you want to know what exactly what exactly my purpose in this life is. Why I am living into such kind of situations. There are certain limitations which are imposed by the nature on us. Why can't we remove those limitations? Why is our life limited to certain aspects? There are so many whys. There are so many what. The answer is not here. The answer is there. So today topic is very important because we are going to discuss some very important factors which is away from the thought process or which is away from the understanding of our physical brain. Have you ever heard the word Akashic Records? Some of you might have, and for some of you this name is very new. Akashic is actually a word taken from Sanskrit. Akash means sky, the above layer of the cosmos which we can see, that is Akash. And records means, you very well know that when you keep the data, that is known as record. So Akashic Records is something related with a data that is recorded or that is kept very safely in the Akash. So, what this data is all about, we will try to understand this today through this live session, and I will do my level best to make you understand what exactly your life is and what exactly you have to do with Akashic Records. Each and every thought, each and every moment and second which you are living in this universe is being recorded. Recorded where? It is recorded in the cosmos. Whether you are doing an act physically, manually, or whether you are even thinking of doing some act, each and every emotion, each and every physical deed or your activities is being recorded. There is a bunch of records related to you, and to you means to every individual in the universe. And that piling up of records is known as Akashic Records. Why the records are recorded? Why the universe is keeping the data of your life? Let's try to understand that. In this birth, you know your name. But do you remember what was your name and what was your functioning in the previous birth or before that? Or what will you be doing in the upcoming lives? No, you don't. Your physical brain only keeps the data of this life. The software of this physical body is designed in such a way that you cannot keep the memory of the past. You can only keep the memory of this birth. But that doesn't mean if you don't remember anything that the past is not there. Past is there. Similar, like suppose you are at the age of 40. That doesn't mean you have not lived the life from 1 to 40. You have. You might have forgotten certain situations, but that situations were lived. Sometimes you feel, okay, you meet a person and you say, yes, I have met this person before in my life, I don't remember. Because physical brain is forgetting. But that forgetting is not telling you that situation did not happen in your life. This is what we have to understand. The soul has been doing its journey. Your physical body is just a mere tool for the soul to survive in this world for the particular birth. This tool is utilized by the soul so that it can fulfill its requirement, it can fulfill the path for which it has come. And you have to understand that soul will do its best to fulfill its sole purpose. But because your physical brain has forgotten what is the purpose of your soul, so then we panic. We panic why certain kind of situation is coming in our life. Why we are going through so much of stress. The life could have been better. Why my sibling is leading a better life? Why my friend is leading a better life? I don't have money, the other person has. I don't have good relation, the other person has. Why one life of one person is different from the life of the other person? It is very, very simple. Your soul has your own journey, and the soul journey of the other person is different. You are not aware of that. What kind of life it has gone through. The person sitting next to you, maybe that person is younger to you in this birth, but it is much more aged than you when it comes to the soul world. Maybe you have lived only 10 lives. And that soul, that younger soul, has lived 200 lives. It might be more experienced than you, it might be on the higher grade than you. So there is no point in comparing one life to the other. What is best for you is you should concentrate on your own, you should concentrate on your soul, your life, and how you can fulfill the purpose of your soul in this birth. The journey will become much more easier then. So, to begin with Akashic Records, let us try to understand the value of these records. As I have discussed, that soul knows its purpose, but the physical brain is unaware. How does the soul knows that? The software, or you can say the memory chip of the complete data or the life of the soul, is being recorded somewhere in the universe. And whenever the soul needs to recollect what is happening, why this kind of a situation is coming in my life, it can always go and just have a look on the records. These records are in the form of vibrations, electromagnetic vibration. The whole world, the whole universe is working on electromagnetic vibrations. It is not like some solid book. It is it is the wavelength, it is the frequency. The words are recorded in the form of vibrations. Let's try to understand with an example. For example, a similar kind of situation is arriving in your life again and again. Suppose you have to go through a problem, a similar kind of problem in the relationship with your partner. You are changing the partners, but the problem is not changing. What is that severe thing that is stuck in the relationship? You feel stressed at some point that why this is happening to me. I'm trying so hard. Why I'm not getting a good partner? But going into the stress is not the solution. The solution is when you try to find the answer of that why. These kind of whys can be seen from Akashic Records because it is the record of a soul. Akashic Records has the data of an individual soul from the day one it started its life of birth and rebirths. Each and every moment of each and every life is being recorded in the Akashic Records, and it is stored in the universe safe and sound. So whenever a soul wants, it can just go back, look into the records, and it can find so many answers, so many remedies, so many solutions to the ongoing problems there. That why this is happening to me, what I need to be done. But the process is not very simple. Looking into the Akashic Records is not an easy game. Why? Because it's a very sacred place. It's a holy place. It is being guarded by the universe. You cannot tap into your Akashic record without the permission of the guards. You have guards in the universe who are taking care of your records, that nobody comes and look into it, because they are so sacred that they belongs to you. They are your individual property. You means not as XYZ in this birth. You means the soul inside your body. So Akashic records are the data of the soul, and soul has the permission to see it when it goes in the universe and wants to see it. There are certain people who learn the art of accessing the Akashic records, and they can see the Akashic records or they can read the Akashic records of the other person. But for that, they have to seek permission from the masters. What kind of permission? And why this permission? This permission is all because it's like you have a notebook, you have written your notes in that, and if anybody wants to read it, the person will have to seek your permission before reading it. In a similar way, if you want to peep into the Akashic records of the other person, you need a permission. And relevant persons who have excelled in this art of Akashic records, connecting with the Akashic records through cosmic connections. There are various techniques of doing this. They can just go and look into the Akashic records of the other soul, and they help you to understand your life. It's not that only other person can do this. You as an individual can learn that connection with the cosmic energies, and you can access your records to make your life better. Now the question arises, what is the need of looking into the Akashic records? Why do we need to look into them? This is because sometimes life becomes so stressful. The life is so puzzled that you don't get the way out. You are not in a position to understand how you can resolve the situations in your life. Why is particular kind of situation is not getting resolved in your life? At that particular moment, you can go and access your records. What would you find there? There are certain problems which are deep rooted from the past because of your karmas. Maybe you have some problem in this life which is having its root in the past lives. Maybe you have done some deed in the past life and that is being carried forward in these lives, and you have to pay it, and you are not understanding. You feel that I have not done anything wrong. Why I am suffering? There are many people. They are into this feeling. I have not done anything wrong. I have not done this wrong thing. Why I am suffering? What I am paying for? They don't understand that maybe in this birth you have not done anything wrong, but maybe in your past lives you might have performed certain acts which are associated with that wrong deed, and you are paying for it in this birth. So, when you need to seek the answers of such kind of questions, then the Akashic records can help you. You can get the information from the Akashic records that is the present situation of your life associated from the past life? And if yes, then what is the best solution to get rid of it? Sometimes you understand so clearly that, okay, this is the reason, this is what I have done in my past life. That is why I'm going through such a stressful situation here. That you try to resolve that beautifully in this life, and that karma of yours is being beautifully resolved and is not carried forward in the other births. You can access your records for knowing what exactly you have excelled in, what were your positive points, what were your fulfillments, what were your strength in the past lives that can be utilized in this birth too. Maybe you have excelled in the art of a therapist. You have learned a lot, you have done a lot of research in the past as a doctor, as a therapist, and you are also a doctor in this birth. Or you have to choose your profession. You are at that stage of life when you want to know what profession you should use in this birth. The choice becomes difficult sometimes. You feel that I want to become a doctor. Your parents feel you become an engineer. Your friends will suggest be a businessman, whatever. There's a lot of confusion all around. In this way, also, Akashic Records can help you a lot because you can go and access and see what was your most beneficial career that you chose and that served the purpose beautifully, and or what are the learnings that you have excelled in. That knowledge can be utilized in this birth. Because yes, this is your journey. Your soul has been coming from so long, and it is your right to know from where you are coming, where you have to go. Because once the question is resolved, the life becomes more easy to move on your soul path. Otherwise, what happens? We don't try to understand life, we just lead a life. We don't utilize our birth, and when we die, we realize our mistake that we have not taken adequate steps. We would have done something else and we wasted our time and came back. So before it's too late, you should try to make your life worth. You should try to understand, what is my life about? What is the learning my life is going to get through this birth? What is the path that I should follow? And this is possible with the help of the Akashic Records. To sum up, I will say you are a part of this universe, a very tiny part. Each and every human being is associated with this universe. You're not coming from anywhere, you're coming from the universe. And you have to go back into the universe. Each and every journey that you have traveled in the past lives, they belong to you. They are your soul journey. They are not away from you, they belong to you. What all learnings you have done, what all sufferings you have suffered in the past lives, you have the right to understand those lives. And if you start understanding your present life from the eyes of the past lives, then the life becomes more easy. I don't say that you have to stuck into your past. No, you don't. You just have to understand. You have to take the beautiful points out of it and then move on. Why? Because this birth is also not going to be, you're not going to stay here for long. You will leave. This birth will also become a past birth. The present life is going to be past life in your next birth. So what all mistakes you'll be doing now, they will be carried forward in the next birth. Maybe you will have to pay for them. So instead of accumulating so many karmas in your present life, just because you're not trying to understand why a certain kind of problem is coming in your life, you are creating a lot of mess. So instead of doing this, it is always better that you try to understand what kind of life situation is there, why I am not able to resolve it, in spite of putting my all intelligence and efforts. If the problem is not getting resolved, so the possibility may be that the problem is associated or is deep seated or deep rooted from the past. Why don't I try to find or try to seek answers from my past lives? And once you tap into your Akashic records to see the roots of the problem, you get the answers how to resolve it. And once you get the answers how to resolve this, once you try to understand why particular kind of stress or situation is arising in your life that is making your life a hell, then you can resolve that problem very easily. You can cut the cords of the past karmas in this birth if you want. Otherwise, lead a life the way you have been, live in the stress and carry forward. Nobody is stopping you. Finally, you are the decision maker. You are the owner of your life. Your brain understands, but it don't want that spiritual mind should overpower it. I will suggest try to connect with the Akashic Records. Try to understand why a certain problem in your life is it associated with the past? If yes, try to resolve it. Try to get rid of it in a very beautiful way. Try to find the resolution in this birth and just finish it off. Second and more important, Akashic records are not only to be accessed when you are in some trouble. No. Suppose you know how to resolve your problems. You know how to handle the situations of your life beautifully. Then also Akashic records can help you. How? If you are intelligent enough to resolve the problem, then try to make your life worth than those who don't understand, who don't have that much of intelligence. And how can you make your life worth? Try to understand what is your life purpose. What is the purpose that you have come for? What all you have done in your past life? What knowledge of the past can be utilized to make this birth more fruitful? Is there anything which is stuck in the past and you can resolve it? Because you, in this birth, you are intelligent enough, you are resolving the problems of your life time and again. So, is there any problem of the past that I need to resolve here? If yes, connect with it. And I wish that everybody of you, anyone who's watching this video, they get this message, they understand that this is the life which is not the end, and this is the life which is not the beginning. We have been living so many lives, and we will be living so many lives. This is just a transition phase. This is a phase in which we are passing through one station, like train starts from one source and has to move to destination, and it passes through many stations. So present life is also like any one station the train is passing. So before we reach our destination, let us make our life beautiful, and so that our journey can be smooth, it can be fast, and we reach our destination on time. We are not late. Otherwise, sometimes the train, it gets derailed, fuel is off, you get so many problems. Train may meet with an accident. It can be anything. So be intelligent enough to understand life is not to just let live. Life is about to understand what it is, how it should be led, how beautiful resolutions we can bring in the problems that we are facing in our life. Make use of Akashic Records to make your life fruitful, stress-free, and definitely a happy one. This journey can be very beautiful. And with all this, I wish you a happy journey of your life. May you be blessed with a beautiful resources in your life so that you can make your life worth living. So that when you leave out of this body in this birth, your soul is happy enough to understand, yes, I have done something good. Make your life worth. This birth can be a jump to the next grade of your soul path. It is up to you whether you want to make your soul pass this examination or you want your soul to get failed. Stay blessed, stay happy. Namaskar.